Hey there, it's Sean Reddy, Keller Williams Reddy Group. Well, not really me, it's just a picture of me. Not sure what's happening with my camera today. Yet the show, as they say, must go on. And today, like we do every Friday, we're talking about what is happening in the Denver metro real estate market, advanced analytics, advanced stats to let you know when is the right time for you to enter the market if you're selling a home or if you're buying a home or if you're doing both at the same time. We take a look at the heat map here and let's jump right into it. So we're going to format this a little bit differently. I'm going to be moving myself around here. If you've watched these before, you know that when it comes to the color coding on these cells, red means hot in terms of seller's market, blue means cool in terms of seller's market, and then there's the in between. So let's start with the cool spots here. And these cool spots, you want to see if you are buying a home and maybe you don't have a home to sell. That indicates a little bit more strength on your side. So the first blue that we're seeing is the average daily active listing count keeps going up and up and up. As you can see, we've gone here from in February, March from 3,500 properties on average to now 5,300 plus properties on average. So more and more options for you if you're a buyer. Also, new listings went up from last week. 1,252 properties hit the market. Also, look at this back on market. More and more property or more and more contracts are falling out, and the properties end up back on the market. Let's see. Let's scooch over here to shows per listing. That means how many showings each listing is receiving on average. Still down in that blue territory at just 2.6. You can see we were up in the high threes, low fours earlier with more showing traffic. 13,693 showings last week. That is up, yet, of course, the average daily active listing count is up as well. So there's where that average comes from. And now let's get more into the kind of medium, not swaying towards buyer or seller market territory statistics. We always like to start with the odds of selling. This represents a simple relationship between supply and demand. You can see where we have been earlier in the spring at 65, 66, almost 67% odds of selling. That has since dwindled since about the second week of May, currently sitting at 58.9% odds of selling. Scooching over a little bit more, we talked about new listings. We'll skip over expired, withdrawn. One of the most telltale stats, of course, is pending. That means how many homes went under contract in the last week. We've stayed pretty steady here around 1,000 to 1,100, kind of peaked out closer to 1,200 properties going under contract. You can see a couple of holiday weeks here where that number obviously went pretty far down as people focused on holidays, families, vacations, things like that. But still pretty steady at about 1,000, 1,100 contracts per week. Closed sales is a lagging measure. We're going to skip over that. We're sitting at 1.2 months of supply. Not the high for the year. Definitely not the low for the year either. So kind of medium there. Skip over a few of these here. And let's go to, we talked about total number of showings. You can see where that peaked out at 17,000. We haven't seen anything close to that since. So the amount of buyer traffic, buyer demand has diminished a little bit. Part of that is seasonality. Part of that is we're now over a month into these 7-ish% mortgage rates, which of course causes less purchase applications. Median days on market. So median days on market was 10 this week, and that does represent every single property that went under contract. Just had to look at how much time I have left. So 10 is the high that we have seen since about, looks like end of February. You can see where it got all the way down to 5 and 6, now all the way up to 10. Still very much seller's market territory there. Last thing we'll touch on, the amount of properties that decreased in price last week jumped up to 67.3, with the average price reduction being 36,504. We hope you enjoy these videos. Again, this is just to help you gauge when the right time for you to enter the market is, no matter what your real estate goals are. This is a metro-wide look. If you want something more geared towards your specific neck of the woods, let us know, send us a message. Happy to geek out over these stats with you. We'll see you next week.